Hello, TIs. I moved here to Florida 5 years ago from Austin, Texas, to spend my time in nature to heal from many years of abuse in Austin, Texas. Now, I used to park my car quite frequently. I would say about 3 or 4 times a month. I would come to this place, which is like a mile from my house. And over here is a area for people to walk their dogs, and there's woods. And I would sit over here, eat a Subway sandwich, maybe read my Bible for 5 to 10 minutes, then walk back to my car, and I would leave. So I've been harassed for quite a few years in this area, but in a manner where it doesn't make sense to go to police. So I've started parking my car over here. So I'm going to share a video here in a moment, and it's going to be interesting. This may help some TIs when it comes as far as doing investigations. So in the video I'm about to share, I parked my car over here in the overflow parking area against this road, and I walk over here to this little pier, and I spend no more than 10 minutes and 35 seconds at this place. If you're a TI and you're being harassed at a certain location, mix up your schedule a little bit. Once you keep a pattern, the enemy will know where you like to go and what you like to do. So let's say you used to park your car over here, and when you come in, you notice some cars that are over here. Instead of exiting right here, decide to come all the way over here where they can't enter. They can only exit and they have to go back around, but they come back around. Well, one thing you may want to do is to try to find a place where you can park your car where you can observe the area better, because if you walk back to your car and that car leaves really quick, you're not going to be able to get their tag. And today I got some tags. I'm not going to share them because they're people that are elderly veterans. So if you're a targeted individual, what the enemy may do is they may work in shifts, and they may have 2 or 3 people one shift in the afternoon and at night. And sometimes these policing partners work with federal agencies, and what they do is they're not trying to stop crime or terrorism, nothing like that. They're just trying to make their presence known. So what I did was today, I parked my car over here to watch the parking lot, and I noticed a car exit and then do a U-turn and then come right back in. So what I did was I walked to the pier, and I stayed no more than 10 minutes and 35 seconds. If you see these people, like, let me give an example. Last week I came here, and I've been going to this area for 5 years, and I started coming here, and all of a sudden when I get back to my car, I would notice 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 vehicles reverse, then all of a sudden park back in the same place. If you notice something like that, well, chances are you're dealing with perps. Now, about, I would say, a quarter of a mile from this area is a little area where there's a parking lot facing the water. And if you experience the same thing in a different area, chances are you're dealing with perpetrators. Greetings, fellow targeted individuals. I want to share something with you that may be useful if you want to see if you're being harassed. So right here, I'm entering into a park, and there's 2 sides to this park, and this guy was parked on the other side where I typically would park. Now, instead of going out the exit there, the first side of the park, he came through here as I was coming in. And what's really interesting is one day park in proximity, I noticed some cars on the other side of the park. So they come to this side of the park to where the target, and they're fully parked, and they parked is at. Hold on a second. Right over here at the second exit, because each side of the park has an exit. So they were already parked on the other side of the park, and the other side has an entrance and an exit. This side only has an exit. And where that blue car is parked at, I had parked last time I came to this place over there. And you may see a building right across the street over here. There's a little pier, and sometimes I'll go fishing out there. There's a road right there where that stop sign is at. So last time I came to this place, though, 2 cars parked on the other side came to where I'm at, and this weird thing started occurring. These guys were like, surveilling me in different spots, which I found to be interesting. I came to this side of the park because of the targeting. So, watch this. This is the exit. So, let me go back over here and check this out. Let me see if it'll let me scroll. Now, right where that blue car is at, you may notice a little sidewalk there. That's the overflow parking. I'm going to park in there. So let me go to the second video. Oh, let's go back.
Now there's 2 sides to this park, and I'm about to park my car.
It's not letting me do it, so let me go back here. Bear with me one moment. I didn't plan to make it like this. Okay, here it is. So you notice that as he exits the park, as I'm parking, he does a U-turn. And there's the road, the rural road. So what I find interesting is that he comes back in again. So let me click this.
If I suspect that I'm going to be...
So after having that last experience, now I'm in the overflow parking. You can see the main parking there. I did it for a reason. I see that white car right there. He's coming right back in. So there he is. So he parks there. And I notice that he's peeking out the side. He stands up and he's looking out in the front of the area of his car. And he was looking my way. You can't really see it on here. So let me go back. He's still there. So I ended up going for a walk. I stayed a total of 10 minutes and 35 seconds. So that's the first clip. So I cross the street and I go to that building where the pier is at. And the exact moment I'm walking to my car, there he is. So this does not mean that this is gang stalking or harassment. But if you see something like that, where you see someone parking on another side of a park, and then they all of a sudden 3 or 4 or 5 cars that are all red or white parked next to you, those are signs of surveillance. So hold on a second. So one thing you may want to do, bear with me one moment.
So, remember that white car I told you of?
So let's say that you want to see if the person is a perp or not. So if you're in a situation where you can get their tag if they take a left or a right, and you notice there's no cars visible, and that person doesn't take a left or a right until you move across the street, chances are that they are a perp. So what I do in those situations is I try to place myself where I can cross the street. I just stand there like I'm looking at the phone, because either way, if they take a left or a right, I can get their tag number. And you can see right across the street from where I was at is maybe like a 30-second walk. So if you go to a place and you stay for 7 minutes and you see a car parked on the other side of a park, and then let's say you've gone shopping and you say, it's a nice day, I'm going to go over there. And you notice that car's there and you come back, and then the exact moment you're going in, they go on the other side, park next to you, and then they do UEs or spin around and park next to you. It doesn't mean they're surveilling you, but those are just things to keep your eyes on.